G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wolves of Crypto YouTube channel. We have the weekly candle close on Bitcoin happening in roughly, less than a day actually, 17 hours by the time this video gets out, maybe 16 or 15 hours. The next daily candle close is basically the weekly candle close, and that's very important. And it's very important for a couple of reasons. The main two reasons are this, and I'll start off with the first reason and the most important reason. The first reason is because the weekly candle close needs to close above 25.2k, okay? In closing above 25.2k, we would be breaking out of the range we've been making on Bitcoin since June 2022, since we originally dropped downwards into this region in June 2022. Breaking above 25.2k, this red line will break the range. And so that weekly candle close tomorrow above 25.2k, if we see it, will be very bullish for that reason. It will also be bullish. Let me just go ahead and bring back up the things I deleted there. It will also be bullish because breaking above 25.2k on the weekly candle and closing above it will also be a close above the 50 EMA, right? The 50-week EMA, the 50-week SMA, and the 200-week SMA. So now what we have on Bitcoin is a situation, and this is something I've discussed extensively, I won't spend too much time on it. We have a situation in which not only are we facing resistance from the top of a range we've been in for over 6 months, in fact, almost 8 months, we're also facing resistance from 3 critical moving averages, all in that same 25k to 25.2k region. Very, very strong rejection zone, very strong resistance. Taking longs now, and I'll tell you this right now, taking longs now is objectively stupid. It's not even questionable. It's completely irrational. You do not long the top of a range. Now, that doesn't mean I'm bearish. I'm not bearish by any means. I do think we will break the range. I don't know if it's going to happen on this weekly candle close, but I do think we'll break the range eventually. I think the bottom's in it for Bitcoin. I'm just saying, if you're taking longs here at 24.6k, when it's, when we've got some of the most major resistance we've seen on Bitcoin for over a year, right above us, you need to rethink your decisions and you need to get a better eye for the markets and technical analysis. That's my advice to you guys there. But another reason, that was one of the reasons, right? One of the reasons we need to break above 25.2k on the weekly candle, which could be happening as soon as tomorrow, potentially. We'll look into the probability of that in a second here. One of the reasons is because it's a major resistance zone. The other of which is that if we break that region, okay, if we actually come up and we break above 25.2k on the weekly candle close, let's go ahead and look at the volume profile. Okay, so 25.2k is there. Okay, and the gap in the volume profile lasts until 28.6k. Look at the right-hand side of the screen. Look, if we close a weekly candle above 25.2k, right, whenever it may be, could be in 17 hours, could be next week, could be the week after, we enter a gap in the volume profile, meaning that historically speaking, there has been very little resistance or support in that region. The price has not lurked in that region for very long. When you see these gaps, what generally happens is when you enter them, you shift through them at rapid paces because there's nothing there, there's no resistance. So my whole argument, my whole thesis is this: when we do eventually break above 25.2k, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's the week after, whether it's next month, whatever, when we eventually do break above it, the move from 25.2k to 28.6k will be extremely swift, okay? Will be extremely swift. So that's another reason why it's very important, because if you're unaware of what's going on right now, and we do happen to close above it, you could miss out on a pretty extensive move. You could be missing out on a move that spans 13%. That's a pretty big move to miss out on, a 13% move. It's the difference in buying Bitcoin at 25 and buying Bitcoin at 28.6. It's a pretty big thing. Now, 28.6, of course, as you guys know, or maybe you don't, some people do, 28.6k, which I've got the line on the screen here, was the major support zone we found in the bull market. We actually found it as resistance initially, then it got flipped for support. I'm circling a few regions where it found a support. When we finally lost it, we saw one of the biggest weekly candles we've seen on Bitcoin for over a year at that point. So yeah, it's a pretty major region. That's the next biggest resistance above 25.2. Also, if we're looking at, bolstering this 28.6k resistance, the Gaussian channel is in that region as well. And the center line of the Gaussian channel is historically quite a strong resistance for Bitcoin in the weekly chart. And so, yeah, that will be a thing. That will be quite a challenge to break over as well. I do think we'll do it, but as to whether it's instant or not without a correction is a different story. Now, going into what I was going to discuss, and I said I was going to discuss this, the short-term charts. What are the chances of Bitcoin actually breaking above 25.2k tomorrow, which if it does, will be extremely bullish? Not great. Not great, okay? You don't generally see, and this is just going off my personal experience in the market and also objective TA, you don't generally see a break of a range that lasts 8 months on the first attempt. You generally see You come up, you reject, because look, this move over here, this test of the range back here in August was validating the top of the range. That wasn't a retest. This is the first retest. Generally speaking, you see a retest, you see a rejection and correction, then you come back and retest it again, and that's when you see a breakout. So just based on that, it would be kind of unlikely. But also diving into TA, it does complicate it a little bit, and that's because we do have a bullish pennant formation. Okay, and that bullish pennant formation on Bitcoin does expire at around 3 a.m. in Australian time, and in Australian time, the weekly candle closes at 11 a.m. So realistically, if this bullish pennant formation breaks to the upside, and if we do see a move above 25.2k based on a break of this bullish pennant formation, which could be breaking any minute now to the upside, that realistically could bring us over the line. But it's something we definitely need to watch. I'm not willing to give any more of a prediction than that, just because of the uncertainty that surrounds it. I would give you more of a in-depth prediction, but I don't think it's necessarily relevant. I think that at this point in time, this is definitely a time to be waiting back. I think that if we do get a weekly candle close under 25.2k, that's when you start looking for shorts. And of course, if we get it over, that's when you start really looking for longs. This is kind of a no trade area for the next 17 hours, in my personal opinion. I'm not personally trading specifically Bitcoin at this point in time. There's too much uncertainty surrounding this weekly candle close, but I'm excited for tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll see the result of it, and it should be interesting. That's all I've really got to say. Check out the BitGet exchange, guys. We do have a exclusive Wolves of Crypto deal this month that ends on the 24th of February. If you sign up with this exchange using my referral link, not only do we get a 15% on discount on trading fees for life on the exchange, which is already 5 times lower fees than Binance, by the way. So on top of that, you're getting a 15% discount. When you make your first trade, when you make your first deposit and first trade, you're getting an extra 20 to 30 USD. And that's if you that's free as a reward, and that's if you do that trade before the 24th of February. So you've got like 5 days to do that. So go ahead and check out that exchange there and follow those instructions I just gave you. Referral links in the pinned comment description. And then we also have the Crypto Academy courses. This is a Become a Trader 10-unit course. That's the name of the course, Become a Trader. And as per the name, this course teaches people how to become traders, whether it be on a casual basis, whether it be on a professional basis. It teaches you how to watch charts, how to analyze charts, how to trade charting patterns, how to trade candlestick patterns, indicators, etc. We've got the entire unit outline on the website, and we've also got a blurb of what the course is, and also our contact address if you're interested in making a payment or just finding out more information. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.